Hello there, this is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you today with the continued journey, my continued journey down the Magic Square rabbit hole. We got in the MS-B36S Doomsday in just before the Chinese New Year sets in effect and stuff. I got a couple other things that are shipping out as I speak. Just loving these legends between New Age and Magic Square. And thanks again to Jimmy G for getting me down that Magic Square rabbit hole. But let's do a little bit of homework. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this camera around and take a look at Doomsday on the turntable today. And I can hardly believe I've got back-to-back Megatrons, one from New Age being Romulus, a chug size version, and now I've got the Legends version of Doomsday. I still technically lack the New Age version. I do have Pistol Onyx, but that's more of his Marvel Comics black and brown colors. But it says changes from P38 to robot and back. It's just really awesome. We've got Aaron on the front of the package there, like we do with all Magic Square stuff. We have this awesome silhouette artwork. I love it, the way they do it with the tech specs. Really, really, really nice. It's a big box for such a little guy. I got Magic Square. We've got some other odds and ends there. MS-B36S. It's a special edition, a re-release, I do believe. You can pause and scan there, but it will not help you as this was straight from Magic Square over there, over the sea, across the pond. Let's get the Doomsday out of the box and take a look how cool he really is. What all comes inside of the box? You get the instructions, you got the card with the tech specs there. I'll get that out of the box a little bit later, but you do get a fully lock and loaded Megs. It looks like they're missing a face, and I don't know if it's right on around it here. But you got more swappable faces. I can't see really good because I'm probably backwards. You got him with his angry face, it looks like there. You got his primary weapon, his scope and silencer. Actually, you got pieces and parts. I think that's part of this, but we'll see. I'll look at the instructions there. But it looks like it comes more fully loaded than that New Age Romulus just came with. And I'm hoping the New Age Romulus comes with this other bits and parts. But this also doesn't come with the mace, the saber, or any of that other stuff. But I like what's here. This is awesome. It makes sense now why it's in such a bigger box. Let's get him out of the box and see how cool he really is. I actually meant blister, my editorial addendum. And right off bat, he is actually missing his Decepticon symbol. Let's fix that. And boom, there he is with his Decepticon symbol on his chest, looking all very kinds of G1 Megatron. And that's what I absolutely love about these Magic Square Transformers. They evoke G1 goodness throughout. Animation models, if you will. And the New Age stuff kind of gives you the toy masterpiece. I mean, these are miniature masterpieces. Don't get me wrong there. But really, this looks stellar when you get these two guys together. I absolutely love how good they look together. Just freaking amazing, no matter how you spin this. The backs look filled in for the most part. Very animation accurate. And I'm so glad I got down that rabbit hole thanks to Jimmy G over at The Good, The Bad, The Awesome. You guys need to check that out. Check out him and Billy the Kids, The Forge. Now moved to Sundays from Fridays, and hopefully I'll get to be on there one day. You also, before we go into articulation, you get in other faces. So you got angry face, just, you know, Starscream. I mean, really, really, really cool. And you get a laughing maniacally face. All kinds of fun. Laughing maniacally is short said. These Magic Square figures are so much fun, guys. I really, really do adore everything about this. And just showing off how clean that back is as we go into articulation there. And you get all the way around on the head there. It's on a tab that does a little shifty back and forth. You got a chest plate that can still be removed, but I can't get my hands around it. I promise you that can be removed. Got a Toy Hacks Decepticon logo there. I like the white backgrounds. I like that very animated look, even though a lot of stuff didn't have the white backgrounds. I like that clear present stuff. You do get some hindrance there on the shoulder articulation. It would go all the way around on that. You can get it there past that. You get an upper bicep swivel. You do get more than 90 in the elbow due to the way that moves. Probably should show off the other arm. And there you go, a little bit more than 90. It does try to come and tab just a little bit. You do get that open hand, pointy finger thing going on there. It spins all the way around with the wrist there. You do get all the way around. If you get the hip skirt pieces out of the way, you do get ab crunch, I bow, you bow. And he just keeps laughing because he just thinks this is a barrel of laughs. So then you do get hip skirts that are articulated. You can get them up out of the way to get the full van damage. You cannot get really the full Mr. T because of the way those shoulder pieces get on there. The full van damage is obtainable. You do get some high kick, and if you use the crunch the other way, you can get some super high kicks. So, I mean, kicking it just for kicking its sake. You get that much in the knee. You get above the knee rotation as well as a thigh and ball. That is for the transformation. You got to spin this thing several times to get this thing into gun mode, and we'll do that here in a moment. Once we finish up here, you get some play there that you can do there, and you get some rocker back and forth there, to just the way it does. I want to say there's very little paint on here. Where it is, it does shine. It looks great there on the top of the feet. These are the inners that are red on the original releases. I like this better. Looks very much more show accurate and what have you. And that's about going to do it for his robot mode. Looking really, really awesome. A little bit of warning to those that haven't got this yet. We need to get this piece when you do go into gun mode, as we're getting ready to do. It has a tendency to sink into where this arm slot thing here is. And in transforming this, you got to be, it's so on there tight. I'm not going to do it right now. I always just kind of cringe, but you got to get that out of there, and you got to put this, it falls back around, goes up in there. It can be pushed back through. Then you got to bend the plastic to get it to go back out. It's very, very cringeworthy. Something, if they do a version 3 of this, I'll be on board buying, as long as they can solve that. Not ever going back up in there, but perfect what they got right here. The leg transformation is really shifty bit crazy, as all Magic Square is. You either love it or hate it, and even this guy kind of agitated me. But we're going to get this over into gun mode in 3, 2, 1, and I almost forgot, before we go into that gun mode, he does have one more additional thing where he can use the stock in his barrel and make a nice big face cannon of doom. He can just kaplooey, and decimate some Autobots. Really big gun mode. I love this figure. This thing is so top notch, guys. Now let's get him into his gun mode. And here is Megs in his base P38 mode, with all the other extra bits and pieces to give him that Man from U.N.C.L.E. look. But we're going to concentrate on this part here first and let you see all the little different parts. Now, mine, for some reason, will not stay totally straight in a line when it comes to the scope area. Here's a look from the starboard side. This is his back, so I will not add another just a kind of symbol there like I did with the Romulus. Looks there. He looks really, really thick in the handle, kind of skinny or stubby here on this. This has to be removed in order to get the rest of the pieces onto this. We're going to get this guy on here first and show that off. Just bear with me a moment to see if I can get this to do this. Maybe it'll actually sit on there fairly straight. So there he is, scale with how it looks when it fits in your hand. It's very, very much smaller in the Legends class, but it's so big compared to other Legend class figures. Looks really, really great. Let's get it outfitted with the rest, but the first thing we got to do is take this tip off. And then we got to go through here and put this stuff on. I'm going to do this off camera real quick. And there he is, completely assembled. Like, you got to take off the end of that tip, put it inside of this one piece, and then push this piece up in there. All fits together really nicely. Here's a look around. at all of that. I want to say the original lease had a LED that you could light up and stick up in the end of the scope there, like in the tip there. But looks pretty good all the same. I mean, it's kind of, that's what it looks like when you go to hold it in hand. The Man for Uncle edition. Not much, a lot more to this outside than it looks really cool. And wow, I just wish that Romulus had this stuff with it as well. I don't know if I don't get that totally flush. Oh, there we go. Now that, well, if I can get that one little piece just to stay there a little bit longer, looks pretty impressive. Also of note, this does not extend whatsoever, and I kind of wish it did, like Romulus's does, and and the MP36 does. But there you go, guys. That's about going to do it for his P38 mode. Let's get him back into robot mode, and then some final thoughts. Some final thoughts on Magic Square Doomsday MS-B36S. This thing is so rock solid awesome. I absolutely love this release. I'm so glad they went back and did another version, and you know, they could do a version 3, to be honest, and make the stuff, clean it up and make it better. I like how this cleans up versus my Pistol Onyx in the back there. He's in storage, and I can't remember exactly where he's at, but I will relocate him as he was an exclusive, I think, through the Chosen Prime. Love that you still get like some play features, extra play features with the stock there. Kind of wish that a future release of version 3 would have all the stuff that the first one had, and keeping this same, you know, just perfecting what's here. Look, when you get into that gun mode with that little bitty piece there on the back there, you need to be able to have that lock into place and not have to worry about it caving in on itself when you actually push the stock in. Or when I did that, that's when I actually shoved that cannon on back in there, and this little piece comes loose to go inside of this part of the silencer stock. And anyway, a little bit of crazy there. Transformation is not for the faint of heart. I enjoy these transformations because I'm a sick person, I guess, that likes pain and torture. But I mean, when it comes to Transformers being challenging to transform, but this thing looks really good. Not so great like in his bare bones gun mode, but the extra bits on there, he looks really awesome, and he looks really awesome like this. Very articulated, very cool. So glad to have this in hands. I gotta say thanks to Jimmy G for getting me into the Magic Square rabbit hole, and I full bore fell on head in over head over tail as I got all the Combaticons, got all the Stunticons. I got to get those on the turntable and review them. Also got Soundwave, also known as Sound Ripple. I've got the tapes 2-pack, so I need to get the other big tapes pack and finish this off, get the Decepticons all together. I'm waiting on some pieces to come in from Magic Square, but it's Chinese New Year, so it'll be a couple more weeks, and hopefully you'll see the Seeker team up there. And then I'm sure they got Coneheads out there and all this other stuff that I've missed out because I am late to the Magic Square game. I'm a huge fan now. Can understand why Jimmy was saying that Magic Square, New Age, and hopefully Iron Factor will blow me away, and I'll have that trifecta thing going on moving forward. If you like this content, make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. That's going to wrap it up for Doomsday, also known as Magic Square Megatron version 2. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have an excellent day out there. Until all of one.